Tell me something about yourself. Tell me something about yourself. Well, this question is most probably the first question that you will hear from the interviewer in an interview. And whether or not you will be selected for a job, it's going to very heavily depend on the answer that you're going to give about this question. So let's understand, this is very important that you understand this question. Tell me something about yourself. Friends, interviewers decide in the first 1 or 2 minutes, the moment you open your mouth in an interview, and if this is the first question, and if you're answering this question within the first or the second minute, the interviewer will make up his mind whether he will be hiring you or not. This is your opportunity to grab the attention of the interviewer and eventually tell him that why you are the right fit for this job. Well, most of the people, they get it completely wrong. Well, if this question is asked, tell me something about yourself. Most of the time, when I take interviews and when I ask this question to people, tell me something about yourself, the first thing that I notice is they're not prepared. They're not prepared for this question. They don't know what to answer. They have no clue how to answer this question. They're like, my name is this, and I am. Of course, I know what's your name. It's written on the resume, right? So, first of all, you shouldn't start the answer with your name. Understand this. When a question is asked, tell me something about yourself. The interviewer is not interested in the story. You know, you're not supposed to tell him the story. My name is this, I am this, I've done this, and I know this, and I mean, I hear different answers to this question, and most of them are not impressive. If you want to ensure that you give an impressive answer to this question to the interviewer, what you need to understand is that this question is your opportunity to tell the interviewer that why you are the best fit for the job for which you are coming for the interview. Understand this. Now, if the interviewer is asking, tell me something about yourself, you need to ensure that you package the answer in such a way that you serve to the interviewer. You package the answer in such a way and serve to the interviewer in a way that he understands that you have all the qualifications, you have all the relevant experience, you have all the skills that are required for this particular job. Understand this. It is very important that as an interviewee, you should go prepared for this interview. So much so that it should be on your tips. What is it that you're going to tell the interviewer the moment they ask this question to you? It is very important that you share a couple of things in your answer. First of all, I would recommend that you start with your qualification. I would recommend that you immediately add the number of years experience do you have in the field. I would highly recommend that you also mention the companies that you have worked for and the position that you have held in those companies. It would be great if you could provide a little brief about the work that you have done on each of those companies. It would also be great. Now, these are some pointers that I'm giving you. I hope you're making notes here. It would also be great if you mention the highlights of your engagement with those companies. Let's say, for example, if in a particular company you were, you had done a project, it was a big project, and there was something that you must tell to the interviewer because it might be relevant him to know in order to make a decision, and something that might be relevant for his company as well and for the position as well, you ought to share it with the interviewer. If there are any special certifications that you have done on the job, during the experience that you were getting in the job, if there are any certifications that you have done, I would highly recommend that you mention those certifications as well. And eventually, you must tell the interviewer your interests and your hobbies, but those interests and hobbies should also be communicated in such a way that it always gives the other person an impression that you are a career-oriented individual and you would be the right fit for this job. Now, let's say, for example, If this question is asked to a chartered accountant, tell me something about yourself. The ideal answer should be, I am a chartered accountant from Institute of Chartered Accountants of India with over 8 years of experience in international taxation, auditing and accounting. During these 8 years, I have worked in company A and I held the position of deputy manager. My primary roles and responsibilities were to take care of A, B and C. After that, I worked in this company as an assistant manager and I handled these particular key responsibilities. And my last organization was this organization, or my last organization is this organization. And the position that I'm currently holding in this company is this position. And I am primarily responsible for 1, 2, and 3 key tasks. During my engagement with this company, I also got a certification in Six Sigma and Lean. So I'm a certified Six Sigma specialist. And my interests are reading books and playing cricket on weekends, because that's the only time when I get to play cricket. I love reading non-fiction books, and I certainly do love challenges, and I'm really looking forward to this interaction and the job. Thank you very much. If you answer the question with a smile on your face, and if you look right in the face of the interviewer, and without any without these fillers, if you are able to convey the answer to this question to the interviewer, the chances are that he would be happy to note that you are confident, to note that you are fluent, to note that you have covered almost all the major points that are there in the resume. And the interviewer would understand that what's written in the resume is exactly the same as what you are saying, because most of the time what happens is what people write is completely different than what they tell on the face, right? I mean, it's pretty strange, but it happens. So it's important that you tell the interviewer that you're on the same page as the resume that you have submitted for the interview. It is also very important that you, at the end of the answer, it is great if you say thank you. Because what happens is, now it's very important, because what happens is, when people share about themselves, they go on and on and on, and sometimes the interviewer is like, if what the other person is sharing is interesting, then they'd be like so engrossed with the answer that they wouldn't know when the interviewee has stopped and when he has completed the entire answer. So it's always good to take a pause and say, yeah, thank you. So the moment you say thank you, the person would understand that, right, he has completed the answer. Friends, tell me something about you. I again repeat, it's the foot in the door strategy for you. So it's very important that you go prepared with this answer, and there shouldn't be. So what are the don'ts in the answer? First of all, you don't share stories about your family background. Stories about your family background is not required at all. You are not supposed to share about it's not required that you share about your siblings and your father, what is he into and what your brother and all the siblings are doing, not interested. We are also not interested in where you were born and where do you stay. We are also not interested. You understand this? So most of these are big don'ts. You are also not supposed to, just run through the resume in all the minor details. You're not supposed to do that. That's again very, very important. What is important and what is critical to be shared in the answer is your qualification, your experience in terms of number of years, the companies that you have worked for, the position that you have held, major roles and responsibilities that you handled, and it's also important that you share about some certifications or any other thing that you got on the job, and eventually you ended up with your interest. If you do that, the chances of your interviewer getting impressed and you getting the job would tremendously increase. Well, I sincerely hope that you like the suggestion that I gave you in this video, and I look forward to see you again in the future videos. Thank you very much for watching.